Alright, so we're back for part two of this wonderful synthwave song, and we're just gonna focus on getting some drums going here for a while. And I already jammed along with what I have so far with my uh, Jazz Master Telecaster, and I got some nice riffs already in mind. So that'll be coming up later, maybe in part three, laying some guitar in. And I was also hearing like a lead synth part in there, a melody, just a basic, maybe 4 note synth lead melody riff somewhere in there, 4 or 5 notes. So that'll probably be coming up at some point. And what I did, of course, when you record with MIDI, you can turn the quantize on. It's down here at the bottom. You can quantize it to like a 32nd or a 64th or 16th note, whatever you want. You can quantize it, but because I always need to keep my CPU usage low, what I like to do, also I just like doing it like this, because my Casio keyboard has like, I don't know how many different sounds. It's where is that? How many? Hold on, let me just look. It's like 600. Yeah, 600 tones. And of course Casio, they've been making keyboards forever. So I trust the sound quality of their instruments and tones at 600. So I can just go onto my Casio keyboard, and if I'm hearing like a cello, or if I'm hearing a flute, a trumpet, trombone, saxophone, string section, synthesizer, bass, synthesizer, lead, pad. The pads aren't that great. You're not going to have everything you want on your Casio keyboard, of course, but I find it's good enough to sketch out an idea quickly and efficiently. So let's just hear, I sketched out some kick drum, bass drum patterns, and let's just have a listen here. I hope the volume is up enough this time. I'm more mindful that the volume is a little louder this time for you. Okay, I just want to stop right here because you may notice that we're jumping out beyond the 15 decibels point. And sometimes if it feels right, you need to, because if you turn it down, you just won't be able to feel it enough. And I did do quite a bit of work on the bass line. And because the bass was going up into the 10 decibels, which we don't want, I had to put some compression on the bass. And I love the Analog Obsession compression, and I very well may A-B compare with some Analog Obsession compression. But the thing is, we're going for efficiency, we're going for quickness, and I find with the Analog Obsession compressors, I put a lot of time into tweaking those. But the sound, I did kind of compare already with these Klanghelms, but just for a quick and dirty mix, and to just keep going with your song, I find the Klanghelm is good enough. it's good enough, right? So yeah, I've got the deep, the relaxed, and the negative. It's on the GR. You can control the mix here. Um, the dials don't always affect the needle movement, but yeah, it definitely did the job of getting the dB to where it needs to be, right? To just compressing that bass line back a little bit. So I just wanted to share that. The Klanghelm is free, it's effective, so that's been added on the bass line. I like that. Doop, doop, doop. I might use that. And I already have in mind the plugin for that that we can use. And that's going to be fun to check out. So stay with us. Let's listen on. Yeah, I like that. Hold on, let's see how that matches with our visual. Let's see how that matches there. Yeah, you can hear that'll work. The 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can do that one. That's a good kick pattern. There it is again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's nice. Da da da. Lead synth. Da dee da da dee da. Lead synth. Melody is gonna be nice later on. Yeah. I don't want that. That's what's that, 8th or 16th? That's 16th, I think. Nah, that's too high blood. I don't want a high blood. That's like dance party. I think that's the 16th, right? That's like a dance intensity. But right around bar 33, I did this. Let's listen to this. Okay. So yeah, I stuttered there. But did you hear that? What was that again? It's right about the 33, right? Let's hear that again. Wait, we'll go da 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 da. Maybe that's too low. Da 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 I like that kick pattern, and we could do another bass line, a more busy. We could do, because the bass we have now is just hum hum. It's just more of a kind of drone. It's just droning those two notes, the D sharp and the A sharp. But we could actually do a dum 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 dum. We could follow that with either the bass or the kick. So I'm just gonna come in and just type in here. I'm gonna rename. This is kick. I'm I'm gonna keep my mouse over here on my Casio. That's better for typing. This is a kick drum Casio sketch. Enter. And then I'm gonna put a note here, because you know how it is. We have so much on our minds. Maybe we might be working on 2 or 3 or maybe even more songs at the same time. So note, whoop, note, large 3, check out the pattern. Let's say kick drum pattern at bar 33-ish. Yeah, because we very well might go with that. But we're gonna really check out some different ways to lay down some drums. So stick around. This is gonna be interesting and worth your while. Alright, so what I wanna do now is just mute this, because I was hearing in my head like a normal kind of acoustic trap drum set coming in earlier with like a ride or maybe a hi-hat, a little bit open ride. So I want to really see what that's like, you know, and hear what that's really like. So let's do that. Let's sketch that out. Let's go here. Man, I got hunger pain all of a sudden. And I'm just gonna dim this light. I hope you don't mind. And let's see. Is that a good size for me? Let's back off a little. Yeah, I think that's good. And I'm gonna right click, add a track, and I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna add, I believe it's PT. Nope. There is a drum machine here that I like, the Pepto Audio DR84. That's nice, but we're not gonna get into that. It's the what is it called? MT. I think it's MT Power Drum Kit from Manda Audio. That's the one, I believe. Let's get that one. It's another free one, another freebie single. I always just do singles and then I separate the drum parts later. You may have another way to do your drum bus, but the way I do it, yeah, it's free, but ... right? So we're just gonna skip that, and then yeah, it's cool. Going to the oh yeah, so yeah, you can hear that's in 440. It's got that anxious high blood vibe. So yeah, we don't do that with my music at this, not usually. So we'll just throw on the kilohertz frequency shifter, right click and 4, enter, and just, yeah, you can A/B that, but yeah, just trust me, it's better. Grooves, and I really like the grooves here in the MT Power Kit. So we have here, we can try a, that's probably a 16th. We don't have any, the thing is with them, there's a closed, we'll just, they only have the, I think the 16th is going to be too fast. Let's do an 8th. Let's go into the 8th half open hi-hat folder, and let's hear one. or double click it. Okay, that's loud. So we'll stop it and we'll go. Man, I'm hungry. It just hit me, man. The hunger pain just hit me. Maybe we can get some Presto going here. I hope you don't mind. I got some Presto, Jack and Jill, peanut butter, sandwich cookie creams. Let's pop one of those in. Keep our energy up, 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 up. Oh yeah. Hibiscus tea. Got some hibiscus tea over here. Crunchy, crunchy, munchy, munchy. Oh yeah, with the hibiscus tea. Alright. So the velocity, I love the velocity setting here. I almost always drums, when you listen to drums over and over, notice I didn't do the drums first. Sometimes I do put the drums in first. I like to start songs with different instruments and different sounds. But I find, because I've played in many bands over the years, and drums tend to give us headaches. So the less we can listen to a snare, particularly the snare, the less we can listen to a snare drum, I find the more enjoyable it is to work on it. But sometimes when I'm working with drum beats, I'll just like turn the snare like way down low, or I'll EQ it so it's really flat. Anyways, so we're all different. What we like is different, but I think we can work with that. Let's see, this is 60 to 150. Yeah, that's where we want to be. Down here are some shuffles. We can try the shuffles. Grooves, 6/8 grooves. We're gonna try some of that. But for now, they got some Chinas. Yeah, Chinas here too. But yeah, it's on the soft, and we're just gonna turn it. There's a mixer here. We can turn it down on the mixer. Let's just turn it down a little on the mixer. And I'll probably, you can see they have compression on. I'll just go ahead and turn the snare down a little bit. And hold on. I like to do my thing here, keep my voice in check. So donate. Maybe someday I can donate. Back to the grooves. Let's do that again. So I find that the the beats up at the top are simpler, and the ones further down are more complex. Right? Of course, you have the feels over here. I want something with a crash though, you know? Let's try to open. You can just single click actually. Okay, there's a crash. This one's got a crash. Notice the CPU usage is down at 17, so it's not bad. I kind of like this one. That's kind of close. That's kind of close to what I was hearing actually in my mind's ear. My third ear. This is what I was hearing in my third ear. That's what I was hearing with my third ear. But something like that. Now stick around because I'm not just gonna drop in the empty power drum kit and just leave it that way. I'm gonna do something different with it because I don't really like the sound of these drums all that much. They're kind of harsh. These drums are a bit harsh and brittle kind of sounding. Maybe in a rock song they might fit all right, but usually that's not what I'm going for. And I do rock out, no doubt. But yeah, so I will use a different drum set actually, but the pattern here is golden. So I can drop this pattern in and then use a different drum sound later. We might do that. Let's hear this again. Let's keep listening. We got some double kicks in there. Oh, how about a ride? Let's listen to the ride. I kind of like the open hi-hat stuff. Yeah. Tom grooves. He's already in sync with the tempo, the host, right? I'm not feeling any of that. I kind of like the open hi-hat stuff. This is completely open. Let's try. Actually, this is more the half open. Yeah, the fully open one. This is more what I. Is there a crash? There is a crash at the end. You can see it. That's pretty close actually. That's really close. The third one, I think. Yeah, I don't like the stutter in the second one. I like the driving straightforward of the third. That one's stuttering. I like the third. Yeah, the third one. Let's try normal. Nah. We're gonna stop. Yeah, I don't need that headache snare. Okay, that's pretty close. So let's just see what that, how that gels, how that works there. So I think I can just drop this directly, and you can. There. Do you want to import the tempo and time signature changes from the MIDI clip? No, I don't. Hopefully it will match with the 61 by clicking on ignore. Hopefully. Let's see what that does. We need to rewind. I want to come in right here with the icy pad, right? Let's fast forward. See what that does. That works really nicely, actually. That works really nicely, doesn't it? Let's hear that again. I like that a lot, actually. Oh, that feels so good, man. Oh, yeah, baby. Now, if we just wanted to, loop that, because we don't want to do any work really at this point, just drag these blue love handles, waveform love handles, into place. Lovely, lovely, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then you gotta zoom in. I just use my scroll wheel here. I love these spaceship style mouse pad. Takes some getting used to. I mean, it's been like at least a month, and I'm still, well, I've got the hang of it now. But yeah, you got to zoom in to really fine tune, as usual, right? So, loops on. Let's just loop this and go to our visual. Oh yeah. Ah yeah. I want some toms in there. Tuku 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 tuku. I want tuku 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 tuku. Tuku 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 tuku. Tuku 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 tuku. Yeah, tuku tuku. I can hear some tom rolls in there, but alright. Yeah. So it's just to get the idea right. We can definitely use that. That's sweet. That's nice. It fits well and feels great. Just drag these back out. Loop is still on. What's that? So the longest is the icy pad. I don't really want to hear that icy pad at the end, so let's end the loop at the end of the bass line. Alright, so just for fun, before we get into that, hold on, I have an idea. Maybe what we can do is do this. I'm gonna mute let's go ahead and rename this so we can stay organized here. This is the MT Manda. Should I put Manda? Which is easier to remember? Power drum. I'll just put all of it because I need to hashtag that later. Manda MT. I need to remember it. Power drum kit. I'll have to put all of that right. All right. That's the beat. No, just leave it. Of course it's the beat. Alright. But I want to hear this because I'm thinking of using both of these beat ideas. So maybe we can have a simple, and maybe we can have a simple one here. And we can do that for a while. Yeah. I'm cruising in my Lambo. Yeah. Where we gonna go? Where we gonna go, my honey bun? My lovely honey bunny. Where we gonna go with my Lambo? Right? And then, yeah, we can do that. I think that's what I want to do, actually. And then we come in with the power drums. Oh yeah, we're on the way. We're going away, way, so far, far, far away, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I'm so excited. I'm very excited. Alright, so let's try to calm down. I don't want to get too carried away. So yeah. But yeah, that's awesome. The hibiscus tea is so tart, but I really do feel like I'm getting younger with each sip I take. Yay! It's good to stay youthful as much as we can, huh? Ah, did you see that movie, Substance? The Substance? Oh man, I wonder how much time I need to undo the images still lodged in my brain from that deeply disturbing movie. Puh, Demi Moore. Man, that was disturbing. Alright, I wouldn't recommend watching that. Don't watch it if you haven't already seen The Substance. Oh my goodness. But this music would have made that movie better. Hello, producers in Hollywood. Yes, let me score your next soundtrack for your movie. I can do it. I'm here. Message me. I'd love to score your next film's soundtrack. Seriously, I can do it. Yes. Pay me to do it. I'll do it right. Alright, so where were we? Alright. So we've got this great drum idea that works incredibly well, but I want to show you another way to get a cool drum pattern, because we need to do, hold on, I want to be mindful of my time here and keep these down to 30 minutes. Yeah, this one is already at 30 minutes because like in the hour-long one I lost like 40 minutes of my life, right? So I don't want to lose. My time is so precious. I have so many songs to actually make. So many. So let's just stop here. We'll come back. We'll try another drum set, all right? And we'll see how that goes. So hang loose, stick around, and we'll get back into it here very briefly. Alright, so yeah, I'm glad I listened to that because I realized I needed to turn the volume on my audio interface up a bit so you guys can hear it better. Yeah, I know maybe this is not the best way to get the actual audio in because it's coming in through this microphone is the one getting the audio of the music, but yeah, I'm doing this the best I can. And so yeah, I'm gonna do this 3-hour vid and a third 3-hour vid, and after that I will do shorter vids, but for now I must complete this mission of 3-hour vids, and then I will do more standardized lengths of vids, right? Alright, so where were we? I just want to show you something that's cool and informative and useful, alright? So that's what I'm always trying to give you, trying my best. So is the video quality the same? It appears to be. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna do 30-minute stretches to make sure I don't throw away any more of my life, because I really can't afford to. Alright. Here we go. So many songs to make. Seriously. Okay. So where were we? Yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the cool drum thing. Well, one of the cool drum things. I have quite a few cool drum things to show you, actually. But let me focus here. So this light really bothers me. Okay. So let's go. Let me rearrange a bit here. Alright, I like it better in this arrangement, I think. Okay, so we've muted these, and what we need now, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Alright, and also another cool drum thing. So we're gonna click on Manda add a track, and we want to minimize my face so you can see the CPU usage we're at already. Like, and when you mute a track, that's gonna, just notice when I unmute, if it goes up. Oh, that's odd. Usually it does, but whatever. But yeah, you don't need to disenable the plugins. You can just mute the track. There's this freeze plugin in Waveform. Waveform has all kinds of plugins. I've used good many of the Waveform plugins, including some of their like synth plugins they have. They're cool, but I don't end up using them. I never end up using them. But I've tried. They have this freeze point, but I don't use it. I just mute the tracks, and that lowers the CPU usage. And I don't need to disenable them when I can just mute the track. That does the job. Let's just turn like both of these on and see what happens. Well, yeah, it's not doing much, but it does work. It does help. Trust me. So what I want to show you now is the Modo from IK Multimedia. They have the bass. I was talking about that earlier. Their bass is cool, but I usually go with a Syntronic synth bass, or maybe a Labs synth bass. I find the synth bass usually gives me what I'm after more effectively than the Modo bass can. But you can try the Modo bass. But we're going to try the Modo drum now. And we're going to single. And we have a dropout. So we just come to the settings. Oh, single. Settings. Reset. Okay. Golden. So the Modo dropped me out. Look at the CPU usage. Just look at how much. You see how much it jumped up? We already had 20. So of course, we are only after the pattern. So once we get the pattern that we like, we can drop it onto the timeline, and we can replace the Modo drum VST with a more CPU friendly one, such as Labs, which is what we'll replace the power drums with. The drums in Labs sound wonderful, and I always replace the drums with the Labs drums, right? And the CPU usage is good, right? It's friendly for the CPU. But the Modo, I don't know why the IK Multimedia people didn't. I forgot their names, but yeah, I know those two guys. I don't know why they haven't made the CPU usage more, you know, efficient. Let me just make a note of that. I need to continue to hashtag, yeah, IK Multimedia. Maybe they'll see this video and be like, hey, let's do that. Let's improve the CPU usage, and also the sample tank. I love sample tank, but the CPU usage is really not good, and it's like the dropouts, lots of dropouts with it's too many dropouts, like what we just had with the sample tank. But man, the sample tank is so cool, really. But what you can always do with anything is you can like, for example, if I wanted to do something in sample tank, like for the bass drum, the kick drum, I could go into the, let me just show you. So it's IK, where's the IK Multimedia. So I would click on this sample tank 4, right? And I'm not going to do that because it's going to really, we might have another dropout. So I'm not going to click on it. But just to show you where it is, it's under IK Multimedia, Sample Tank. They've got like everything. And like, let's say I wanted to use like an ethnic instrument. Like I found one a month ago, goat nails. A goat nail shaker. And it really sounds like goat nails. And so if I wanted to use that goat nail shaker, I would put it in, and then what I could do is, let's just imagine I have this goat nail percussion, and then what I can do is turn this freaking light off, and then I can, let me see, it's here, and then I can, yeah, here, we come down here, render track. I'm pretty sure this is one way. There's another way to do it. I think there's like at least 3 different ways to do it, but come to this render track, and so that will actually like print it. It's like the equivalent of printing it out on a printer, right? So you print that track into the audio, right? And then you can get rid of the plug-in, right? And bring your CPU usage back down, and you've got it, but you got to make sure it's perfect, right? And render it, right? So there's that option, right? So if you have these sounds that you love and they're, you know, hogging up your CPU usage, just render them, just, you know, turn them into audio. And that's also helpful. You can also, instead of working with MIDI, you can work with the audio, which is nice because you can, like, you know, control the audio in different ways, right? Like with the instead of like adjusting the attack and the release, you can just like edit it with the audio waveform, right? You can fade it in or fade it out, right? So yeah, that's a different way to manipulate your audio. But anyways, yeah, that's extra steps you got to do, right? Extra steps, you need to take more time. It takes more time, extra time. And I don't have extra time. But sometimes I might do it one of those ways. Alright, so where were we? Modo drum. Yeah, let's go in to the Modo drum. Are we still rolling? Rolling. Keep rolling. Come on. Alright, flashback. So yeah, it looks really cool. You can see all this cool stuff you can do when you pay for it. But we got the free version. So we come to the, oh, I need to borrow my frequency shifter from the power drums, so we'll just drop it down, click it, and drop it down, just borrow it for a while, and then we'll go into the grooves. I really love their grooves. They have it by genre. We can do, they don't have synthwave, they don't have the synthwave genre in the free version, but they've got soul and they've got rock. I think I want to try the rock and the soul, and we'll just go through and we're syncing to our DAW. The velocity control is in the same place, bottom left. We'll just ease off on that, and I know already I'm gonna want my snare to be down a bit, and probably the master. It's kind of cool how they have the tape on there. It's more realistic, right? It's kind of cool. And you really have lots of plugins you can control from within this Modo drum. But I find that the effects in the IK, all of the IK multimedia stuff, this will probably be very useful and time-saving information for you here. This is probably golden info. If you don't already know, personally, in my opinion, IMO, I find the effects within the IK multimedia stuff are not as effective as the effects I can use from third-party external VSTs, and almost every time that's what I go with. Like you saw earlier in part 1 with my Syntronic stuff, I just go like directly, not always, but usually I will just like right away turn off. You have to manually. They don't, like in the sample tank, there's one button you can press to turn off all the effects, but in Syntronic they don't give you that, so you gotta like click off each individual, all the EQs and the compression and the reverb. I mean, some of it's nice and some of it I do leave on sometimes, but I just find that most of the time I end up using other, like I will use Valhalla reverb, or I will use like the Klinghelm compression, you know. But sometimes I use their stuff, their EQs, and their compression also, but usually not. Anyways, just letting you know. So you can spend time trying their effects, right? I could just to show you here, edit. You can see you can add something here, like a gate, crushers, distortion, all these reverbs, phasers, yeah, all kinds of. It's kind of nice actually to work within here and just try. I mean, you can kind of like sketch it out and just try it quickly, and then maybe later you can A/B with another VST. Like maybe you like the distortion in here and you just want to compare it with another one. So yeah, it's here for you, so you can do that. Yeah, you see your controls here. It's good. No, it's great that they give it to you here, but I'm just gonna leave it for now, and X here, just use it the way they have. And yeah, you can mute if we wanted to turn the snare off, we can do that. And I'm gonna show you guys later how I separate the drums, because of course it's always best, like if we have the snare and the cymbals and the kick drum all on individual separate tracks, so we can EQ them and blend them in exactly the way we want, right? We don't want to just leave all the drum parts in one track, right? And there are different ways of doing that. You can have a drum bus, you can like do a wrap around kind of thing, and I don't know how to do all that stuff, to be honest with you, so that's not the way I do it. I'll show you later how I do it. It's like an intuitive, easy way that I just intuitively figured out how to do. So I'll show you that way of separating the drums later. Anyways, let's go into the grooves. So I've got some starred already. Volume down. It's kind of cool. You can double time it, or you can half time it. That's kind of cool. Anyways, but the thing about this is I just like I find that when I'm looking for a drum beat that actually works, almost every time when I go into Manda MT power drums, I can quickly find one. It's very efficient, it's very quick to find a usable drum pattern. But when I go into Modo, it takes more time, because the way they have them categorized, it's like they just have these names, Angel, and sometimes I use the feels. I like actually just go with the feels, and it's the same in Sample Tank. In Sample Tank, they have lots and lots of great drum patterns and drum beats, but I just find it, you can go in by genre also, of course, but I just find it takes a lot more time to find a usable drum beat that way. And of course, because we're working with MIDI, you can always find a drum beat that like kind of works, and then you can double click on it, and you can just, move things around. You can move your kicks around, copy and paste, right? Move your snares around, whatever you want. Control the velocity, right? All kinds of stuff. The groove, right? You can, swing it wherever you want, quantize it, right? Man, you really have endless possibilities, right? So, yeah. So there, if you find a drum beat you kind of like, or even just use a fill, you can, manipulate it that way later. But I just wanted to show you this as an alternative way to get a drum beat. Let's see if we can find one that's like usable and see how it works with our music. I think it's too much to do rock and soul at the same time, so we'll just go with soul. Soul beats are going to be more laid back and mellow. Let's try Angel. I want to start it. He's much more laid back, right? Bless. It seems to kind of line up. Sounds good, but turn the bass up a little bit. Nah, not really. Let's just try Girl for fun. Got You. Where's my settings? It's not. Oh, close. Yeah, you can come into the play style. You can really, even like with Modo Bass also, you have all of these controls to really fine-tune your sound. I haven't even really messed with, well, I have a little bit actually, but yeah, look at that. Get the nylon tips, wooden tips. It's pretty freaking awesome. But room, yeah, I can change the room. But yeah, I don't want to spend any time on any of that, because the most important thing is the pattern. We got to get a pattern that works. We already have patterns that work, so this is just to show you something cool, right? Whoops. You gotta go back. Oh, it's because we gotta be here. Right. Of course it's a dropout. Reset. Okay. I think it's normal. Maybe with all, I'm not sure if it's really normal. Maybe there are some audio interfaces, maybe some newer ones that don't give you the dropout as much. But I'm really not. Can you message me and be like, hey, I'm using the Scarlett, or I'm using the what's the Mackie? I'm using a Mackie audio interface. I'm using a Scarlett audio interface, and I also experience audio dropouts. Can you just like message me and let me know, because I'm so curious to know, like, is it worth the money to buy a new audio interface, like just to not have audio dropouts? Is it really worth it? Because I just click a couple of things. It takes like 10 seconds to click a couple of things, and that's the only problem I really have with the way I'm set up now. So do I really need to buy a new audio? You know, drop me a message and let me know, please, if you've made it this far. All right, let's compare. Yeah, I like that. Of course, we'll change the tone. The actual drum kit will be from Labs, much better. This one, this is my Casio kick. Nice. Those are nice. Let's compare with the Moto. Actually, I think it's automatically syncing it pretty well. Yeah, it's like automatically syncing it. Seems to be. The sound of the Moto seems to be better. Look at the CPU usage. 33. We're at 33. That's not good. Listen, we're about to touch the yellow. And of course the yellow is slow down, right? So I just want to look. It's very mellow though, but it doesn't fit. It really doesn't fit. And just for fun, let's turn our volume back up to 81, and let's just try maybe a couple of rock beats just for fun, because it's exciting. All for you. Yeah, it's all for you. That's not what we want. Wow, we've got a lot started. That's cool. It's got the toms. I like that. That's a feel. But I like that about these Moto patterns. They have some nice tom patterns in here. Of course, in the Manda, there's also tom patterns we didn't look at, which we probably should look at. But here's one. Let's hear it. Man, that's loud. That's cool. Actually, that works. Yeah, that actually works. That's. That's cool, man. That's not the one. There's a ride. Yeah, that's riding. That's kind of nice, man. Yes, I'm also the drummer. Woohoo! Rock on, rock on. The cool thing about Modo, you've got the intro, the verse, the chorus, and the fills all right there, right? It's cool. I kind of like that one. I like, yeah. Ooh. That's magical. That's a magical beat right there. Let's just hear this one. Remember that BMG chorus too. We'll go back to that. I'm a great drummer, huh? Much better than working with an actual drummer. Oh man. Well, I don't know if he's better, but he sure saves time, huh? He sure saves time, man. Nope. Ooh, I kind of like this one actually. I need to write these down actually, because this one also kind of works. Listen to how musical, how musical the tom change. That tom change. Thank you, ACO. That was the perfect time to drop out. But yeah, that's the IK stuff. The IK stuff does that more frequently. Even in the recent update of Waveform, it was C. Now they're telling me, do you see it? CPU overload. Right? Overload. Right. Well, that was fun, huh? Click that. You can't because you have to you can't click it yet because you need to. Um, man, I'm hungry. You gotta come up here and reset it, and then okay. And now click this flashing triangle. Oh, dropping again. That's the IK multimedia. Come on, IK. Come on, guys. I love your stuff, but dude, we can't use it. If we can't use it, we can't use it, man. You know, it's a fix that. All right. Oh, that's a lot of. That's really slowing me down. It's slowing my workflow down. You know what I'm saying? All right. So where were we? All right. So we have two that are potential candidates for being usable. It was this one. Listen to those toms, man. I love those toms. We didn't listen to the Amanda toms, but we'll do that now. So that's a lead chorus 2, and I'll just go ahead and put 133, and this is under rock. And we also had the BMG 2 verse, right? Yeah. The sound is nicer probably than Manda. I want to hear that. Let's compare the toms. Let's go back to the lead. Dang, it feels so nice, doesn't it? Man, like a real drummer is in this room without the hassle of an actual real drummer or the attitude or the personality problems. Sorry if you're a drummer. I love my old drummers, all of them, but in my experience they come with issues. These also have issues, but more manageable, much more manageable than the human drummer issues. Maybe you're a drummer and you're perfect. Sorry if I offended you. I'm not perfect either, but okay. Man, but I don't want to touch that one. So I'll just Control C. Man, this light bothers me so much. Can I just throw... My wife makes these. She can make them for you too. Just message me. Can I just put that over the light to just kind of diffuse it a little bit? Ooh, that is nice, isn't it? It does the trick. Isn't that lovely? I love my wife. She's always helping. Well, usually helping. Usually helping me. Yeah, we can't always be helpful, can we? Alright, so we're just gonna... Did I Control C? Control C, Control V. Ooh, yes, I know it. I know it. Skip it. And we're gonna... This gets confusing sometimes. So we right click this one, turn it off, disenable. Now we have a new... It's already on soft because we copied it, right? We copied and pasted, right? That's how most people make music, copy and paste. But no, not me. I want something with a human touch, right? Not just purely digital copy and paste, which is what most people do. And when you listen to that, you can tell it was copy and pasted entirely. It's very digital, it's very cold, it's the same old, and that is not what super talented artist should be creating, right? Alright, that's music theory and philosophy, right? Food for thought. Alright, let's try some of these toms. Tom, 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 ta, tom, tom. Play. Where's the sound? Because it's muted. Yeah, the Modo toms are just freaking nice. Let's just try some of these. And like I say, when you replace the power drums with the Labs drums, big difference. Big difference in the actual sound, right? And that's what we'll end up doing. They're too syncopated. Too syncopated. I don't want the syncopated. I don't like that kind of syncopated. Let's try. Where's the shuffle? The shuffle doesn't give us any tom grooves under the shuffle, but they give us in the 6/8 here. Okay, there. Yeah, so there you have it. I just wanted to show you they do have some there, and this is just to get started. You can always just go to the piano roll and just use the MIDI editor and just draw in your tom hits, right? You can just draw those in here, right? You can just draw them in, and I don't know, I find that usually I can find something that's either usable as it is, or just tweak it a little bit here, right? Maybe I want to add, like, maybe it's a single bass kick drum, and maybe I just want to make it like a double every now and then. It's so easy to do that here. Just draw in that double kick drum. But yeah, it's up to you how you want to do it. Sometimes I do just directly like draw in some like 8th note kick drums. You don't need to look for that drum beat, right? You want that you just draw it in, right? It's so simple. But is that 30 minutes? Probably. Oh yeah, it's already. I'm hungry. I need to take a lunch break. So yeah, it's lunch break time. So that was a fun drum exploration. I hope you enjoyed it, and let's save what we have and save it as a new version 11, and we'll come back and we'll actually lay down some drums, right? I've got to make a decision on which way I actually want to go with the drums, but we have um, like 4 good possibilities right here. And I also wanted to show you, I would probably show you another drum plugin actually that you would probably really like. I'm gonna do that when I come back. So yeah, stick around. Alright, so after some careful studying of the different options we have, I have decided I want to do this MIDI input here, and I've already loaded in. Both of these are free. Both of these are free VSTs. Now I've already saved another version because I have experience with this Drum Art SLD plugin, some problems, but I like it because of the options it gives. If all else fails, we can go into Sample Tank. Of course, Sample Tank is paid, but it's very affordable. It's a really affordable package to get the IK multimedia stuff. One moment here. I'm afraid to pause and then restart because I think that causes problems. Maybe it's a bit unstable to do that, so we're just gonna continue rolling. I'm trying to be as efficient as I can for you guys here. So yeah, I sketched it out on my keyboard here based on an earlier sketch, and I'm pretty sure I want that 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 kind of driving kick drum. I tried it as a bass line. It didn't really work as a bass line, so it's got to be that kick drum. And then I want to come in with the power drum kit, cymbals, and the snare. And I think the 1 2 3 1 2 3, that will have to change. That will morph. Maybe we can keep the kick drum. I've already typed it in, just cymbals and snare, but I'm not sure. Actually, I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna, because yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and turn the kick back on, and I'm gonna, is that, did he turn the volume down? No, it did not. So yeah, because I just love that so much when that comes in, right? That one, right? So we'll work on that one later. So I'm gonna rename this again. I'm gonna, let's see, because yeah, I just realized we'll probably just keep this beat completely the way it is. I really like that slow, laid back drive feel on that in its totality. So I'm just gonna, right, that bothers me. Let me remove that. Let me remove this slash here. Okay, so that's that. Mute. And so yeah, let me make this a little bigger. So we've got the drum art. We're gonna start with that. Let me show you this. Now I gotta tell you about this. Let's make sure we're rolling. Here. Yeah. Okay. So now the thing about this plugin, click here to start. Look at this. So you can just focus on a kick drum like we're about to do here very shortly. So I can just MIDI input the kick drum pattern, and then we have all of these different versions of a kick drum sound, not to mention the snares, and whatever else. It's a very just like simple, fun way to try out different drum sounds. This one's free. Uh, it's not eating up the CPU usage too much right now, looks like. And like I say, like we can go into Simple Tank later, but and again, this plugin has caused me problems in the past, but I think I did use it another time more recently and it was more stable. We'll just try it and see how it goes. But if this one fails us, we can go to our DR84 from Pepto Audio. This is from Pepto DR84. This is another free one, and this one has some more fine-tuning capabilities. You can see it's got reverb, low pass, and it doesn't have the variety that the drum art has, but it's got enough to get you what you need, I think, probably. It's got good high quality kits here, synthwave, hybrid, and your classics. It's got a 707 in there, and from the same makers. Let me show you this. Let me show you how to load this one in, because this one's tricky. It took me a while to figure it out, actually. We'll add this to the left. So I'm just going to type in drum art here. So it's from ESL, and it's not the regular, it's not the newer VST. If you for some reason their newer version VST, I think it's VST3, like this one with the, what's that, 1 2 3 4 5, it's 5, it's 3 on one side and 2, right? The 5 interlocking, that's the newest VST version, but the one that is the 3 interlocking, that's the older VST version. And for some plugins you can only use the older VST version. It's that way with the Labs, Spitfire Labs, BBC Symphony Orchestra. I am unable to use the 5-prong BBC, but the 3-prong older version VST, you may already know this, but I just have to treat it as if you don't, right? But the 3-prong is, you can see it's the recent one. That's the one that works. So if you try to install this and it's not working, maybe make sure you're using this older VST1 version. And also when you load in to Waveform, right, let me just show you that. When you go here to your plugins and you scan for plugins, you have to scan for new VST plugins. It's not VST3, it's just the regular VST, the older style, right? So make sure you do that to make sure you can use it, because it's pretty freaking cool actually what it can do. So so let's just try it and see how it goes. Alright, so we're gonna click here. You gotta, oh, and one more thing. Let me show you again. So that's let's go down. SLD, I think it's SLD, right? SLD, or it's actually ESL. It's funny, English as a second language. English. So it says SLD here, but actually it's under ESL. And I'm an English teacher, right? English as a second language. It's kind of cool. Okay, so yeah, I've got their ROM play, their 808, their 707. I forgot what this 110 is. What is the 110? And again, click on the regular VST. What is the 110 actually? Okay, it's another kind of cool looking drum machine. Alright, so But I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that. I just wanted to show you. So yeah, there's 707 in there, 808. It's pretty cool too. They've got some good presets in there. All right, so we're starting. Start her up. Click here. Apollyon. We're going to. So there's the bass. That one's kind of weird. Yeah, let's do something like. So when you read the description of this one, they say it's urban, more of an urban. Let's see if we can find a mellow one. Now the names actually seem to match the sound usually. So Cemetery might be more mellow. That might work, Cemetery. Let's look for another mellow sounding one. Earth. Nice, too. In your face. Fat X. Heavy. Let's try heavy. I'm gonna put my. So we're just looking for a bass sound that we can actually input our MIDI kick pattern in with. Just something to get us started. House. Let's just say with that. And I can mellow them out here. There's a the decay, the release, but it doesn't really have a lot of fine-tuning adjustments actually in this one. Ice. Nah, I just want to show you this. It's pretty cool actually. It can really give you some inspiration. Loving. Let's try loving. Nah, I need to turn it down. See, when you turn it down, that's already. It really mellows it out actually. Wow, it's a big. Wow. It's not just the sound, it's the velocity. That works actually. Alright. Release. Let's just try that. Yeah, these aren't very. It's very subtle. This one's very subtle. It's all the way up on that release. That's too much. That's too much. It does work. That's pretty close actually. We'll just pan it a little bit. Is it? Actually, I think I want to leave it. What's the decay to? All the way up. I think about there. That sounds pretty good. Alright. I just want to put this pan back in neutral. To the left. To the right. I think I want it a little colder. Or we can just leave it in the middle and pan it later with our waveform panner. I think that's what I want to do in this case. I don't like it in the middle though. What's the difference between panning it here or panning it over here? Let's just try. Can you tell the difference? I'm just gonna leave everything in the middle for now, and can I MIDI input with this? We're gonna try. Alright, so let's see. Here's our MIDI. Let's click. There's the Casio record arm. Okay, turn the volume down. So I'm gonna in some plugins it'll tell you which keys are assigned, and this one it doesn't. So we gotta go into our, okay, so we're around, man, that's loud. Well, for the bass it isn't. So it's C2. But on my keyboard, so I'm gonna MIDI input this because it's easier, I think, than just drawing it in. If I just draw in the bass line here, you know, I can Control Z. I can come here. This is C2, so I can draw it in, right? 1, 2, 3, and then there's gonna be some do do do. I could, but it's gotta be. I can come here, length. That was, the length is way too long. It's gotta be like a, what, like a, let's try a quarter beat, right? Let's try a quarter beat. C2. Oh, that's too small. I can't even see that hardly. Let's do let's just do this one beat. Let's try that. Yeah. So we're gonna do. Where are we starting? Okay, we want to start at the beginning. Actually, I've already lined it up to come in on the, yeah, the A sharp there. I like it starting on the A sharp. So we'll just delete that and we'll start. Is that the start? Let's line it up. Yeah, so at the very start is bar. Is it bar 10? It is bar 10. Yeah, it's bar 10 right there. Okay, so let's slide it all over. Bar 10 here. Oh, yeah, you can see this red line. It's kind of tricky, actually, but yeah. So we're on the, okay. So if I want to draw it in, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So like if we draw it in, it's gonna be like this. You can't even hear it, but it would need to be. You see what I mean? If you do it this way, it's kind of tedious. It's too tedious. So we're not gonna do it this way this time for this application. But I do draw in sometimes for different things. Yeah, and we might do it later. But for this one, we're just gonna do it here with our MIDI keyboard, and I'm gonna give myself more than this length to really nail it, and then we can adjust it. We'll just do 44 here. Alright, and the record, we'll go ahead and just close this so we can see what's going on. Take some water. So I want to come in on the A sharp here. There we go. Record. Just go ahead and record. Uh-oh. Actually, we don't need this MIDI clip any longer because it's just automatically gonna. Whoops. Oh, and I forgot, I need to put my frequency shifter here. So then we're in 444 because almost always everything is in 440, right? That's, you know, but yeah, we want it in 444. So let's try that again. We want to actually record probably in here. I'll skip ahead. Will it let me? Huh. I guess not. I guess you gotta start from the beginning. Really? Alright. See this. Oh, what was that? Oh my gosh. Oh, my glasses. My synthwave glasses. I should be wearing those. These are my synthwave glasses. Actually, let me put these on. Here we go. This will bring me good luck. Bring me good luck. Here we go. Okay, that's probably good enough because we can manipulate those rather easily. So yeah, I think that's much quicker and easier than manually doing it, right? Let's see what we got here. And I know we got to turn that up. Yep, it's time to exercise. We got to get out of this chair and exercise a little bit. Definitely need to exercise. It's leg day, my lower body, and some curls, and I always like to do a little bit of upper body also, and mid core. But yeah, I gotta get some lower body in. But let's just wrap up here what we have here. We'll pick this up. Yeah, that's 22 minutes. That's pretty good. So let's see what we have here. And I know I gotta turn this volume up. Ooh. Yeah, that's a little off. You can quantize. Why don't we try that actually? Why don't we try with the quantize on? Let's do why don't we do to the 64th beat? Quantize, and it's 100%. Let's just see what that does. Let's re-record it and see if that straightens it out. Okay? Let's try that. Can I start recording from here, yo? Please? I don't know. What if what if I click this off? Maybe it'll let me if I click that off. Let's try that again. So we want to start like in here. Nah, it won't let me. What does this button do? I don't know what that button does, but let's try. Maybe that's the button. Nope. Yeah, I'm not sure what these two buttons do actually. I'm really not. Anyways. Let's try it again. Let's just try the basic one. Ah, I just want to see what that did with the quantize on. Oops. Okay, I think I want to try ooh, it says there is no quantize. Can I try 30-second? Huh. Oh, maybe you have to apply it afterwards. But anyways, I went too fast. I was going too fast. Let's just restart it. And I think when you do I think you have to apply the quantize maybe afterwards. Maybe. But yeah, I'm still learning a few things. But when I do it this time, I don't like to use the click track. So what I'm gonna do for my metronome is like follow along with the bass line here, and I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it and follow along here. So let's do that again. Get comfortable. I think I'll use my left hand. The right hand is too aggressive because I'm right-handed. It's gonna be quick on the draw. The left will be more laid back, so I'm gonna use my left, probably. You know, maybe you have your own technique, right? And yeah, we can always adjust this later, so no worries. So yeah, you can hear it's a little bit off. I just want to hear what this quantize will do actually. So it's letting us apply it now. Let's yeah, I don't usually use quantize. I just wanted to try it. Let's try the 64th. Yeah, it's not yeah, I'll just manipulate it. So we only need two, right? We just have two chords here. So all I gotta do is come in here and just I just gotta make sure these two bars here are good, and then I can just loop that, right? See, I can adjust this one. That one's a little bit off, right? This one was good, but this one is a little bit off, so I can just make a few minor adjustments and then loop this. And I think I still like this. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think more on this, but actually I can probably just copy this first one. The first one sounds nice. yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take this first bar and just copy it and loop it. Yeah, I'll just loop this first one. So we'll do that when we come back, and we'll see how that works out. Control S, save this time. And we're stopping. Cool. Alright, we're back. So I was looking at the last recording, and I need to tell you a few things, quite a few things. So first of all, the button to punch in is right here. Punch in. Alright, punch. So let's just say we want to start recording right here. We just click punch, and then let's try to record. It says recording can be done in either loop mode or punch in and out mode, but not both at the same time. Right, so you just turn off loop, and now we hit record, and you see it lets us actually start recording wherever we want. So yeah, you just gotta punch in. Duh. Yeah, punch in. It's right there. So you just gotta turn off the loop. Okay, so there it is. And so I was kinda, A-Bing, comparing these two different kind of lead in just bare kind of raw kick drums, and hold on, let me try to pause this time. Hopefully it works. I need to do something. Yeah. And a lot of these plugins, like when you close out, shut down your DAW and you reopen it, the settings will be different, especially with Sample Tank. So like if you're gonna use Sample Tank, it's good to just go ahead and like get it perfect and render the track, right? Just go ahead and print that thing, get it set in stone, so to speak, because when you open it back up, all the settings will be changed, especially in Sample Tank. Yeah, Sample Tank is cool, but yeah, you just need to be aware of its quirks. I'm not using it much these days, but I'm sure there will be times when I will go to it and I'll just print it and render it so it's done with. Yeah, get it into audio. But so yeah, when I didn't have any snags with the drum art, but I just had to it adjusted the level, so I just dialed the level back down. I like that soft kind of kick drum sound. It feels so good. But let's see if we still like it today. It's always good to take a break and come back with a fresh mind, fresh ears, fresh body and soul, and listen again and reflect on it again. Let's see, is it what we want? No. Actually, no. It's not really what I want, actually. When I When I first locked into the idea of that bass kick, I thought it was gonna be great. But now I'm going back to my original, just really simple, basic. I find more often the simpler uh, things tend to be the better ones. Yeah, less is more. Less is more, right? Let's listen to this one. Okay, yeah, it's a little off, but you can feel it with that simpler kick drum. You have space and room to really breathe and take it in, right? With the other one, it's more like, yeah, high blood, herky jerky. It hurts. It hurts, man. It hurts my heart, actually. Yeah, I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to hurt people with my music. I want to heal people with my music. So, yeah. So let's go in here. We already know for sure we don't want to use this. But what we can do is we're not gonna delete this. But what we can do, let's just try this. Doom, doom, doom. So I'm gonna try to kind of line this up and see if we can do that. Let's just try that, yeah. So this is gonna be, this kick is around this line. 10, 1, 7, 20. We'll see if we can see that. The 10, 1, 7, 20. And then the one after the 10, 2. This is, yeah, you just kind of gotta eyeball it sometimes. We'll just get close and see. I'll just remember this one first. It's after the, yeah, in the middle of the 10, 1, 7, 20. Okay. Can I see that line? In the middle of the 10, 1, 7, 20. That's this one. That's that one. And then we're just gonna kind of guesstimate. I think it was like there. And of course this one has gotta be, let's drag up here. And this one needs to, I'll zoom out. This one's gotta be flush with bar 10, of course. Okay. And then all of these, we just want to get that initial so what I'm gonna do, yeah, there are different ways to do this. I'm just gonna drag select these and just pull these down, and then I'm gonna select one of these, right click it, select all notes with the same pitch and delete. Alright, and then I'm gonna drag, select, pull these back up. And how does that line up? Not really. So let's just kind of guesstimate again. Let's turn her on. Let's just see what that sounds like actually. Mute this one. No, We can also just loop this one right from the Casio. Why not, right? That one is already perfect, actually. So why would we? And the sound from this one is not as good, I think. I mean, we could invest time into trying other sounds, but I don't know. I kind of do like it. It's can I turn this down? Let's see what it's like. Is that panned? No, it's not panned. Okay. Drum art. Turn it up. I like to usually turn the current primary track that I'm trying to lay down, turn it up a little higher so you can really hear it, and then of course once it's set, turn it back down and mix it in properly. But yeah, go ahead and turn it up a little louder so you can hear it. But you gotta hear it in the mix, right? Yeah, it's better actually. So let's set it up. We're at bar 10 here. Zoom in. So we gotta slide that over. Slide that over. It's so touchy sometimes. How's that look? This one is about right. So this one's gotta come over. And the length lines up pretty well. Let's go. Doesn't have to be exact, right? This one's, we'll just, yeah, this is kind of like a hit or miss kind of game. Just, yep, that's it. So that's it. Alright, so now where to start the loop? How is this one? Let's listen for this one. Does it start in the right place? Yeah, whenever I try to loop with my Casio stuff, I don't know, I haven't had much luck with it so far. So we're just gonna follow the Casio and just, yeah, we'll do the MIDI. And I don't think you can you can't apply the grooves with the audio input, but you can with the MIDI. You can totally, and that's very helpful when you're trying to get everything to really match up, you know, rhythm wise. It's nice to have that ability to try some of these grooves and get things to line up and sync up better and play out more smoothly, because you will run into issues with things kind of jerking, right? That, you know, like for example, bass kicks and snares and then hi-hats later. Sometimes they will be just not quite in sync together. So you can just come in here, try some of these different grooves, right? And you gotta experiment with the amount, right? When you set a groove, there's a percentage, right? They also have these. You can come in here, you can just try some of these as well. But so yeah, that's really helpful when you're really trying to get things to really mesh together, right? All right, so we want, so this bar is a little later. This one is right on the money. Okay, let's just go ahead and try that. let's just start the next one right on the bar. This one is off of the bar. How about these others? Off of the line. Oh, yeah. So this one starts right on the line, but this one. Yeah, let's just keep them on the line. So we're gonna loop them. I just hover my cursor. Shortcut is the question mark or slash. Delete this, and then we're gonna loop it every one of these, right? Oh, you gotta select it, right? Alright, right here. Alright, so it's kind of nice to have the Casio as a guide. That Casio sketch there. It's really nice, actually. So now we just loop this and we set the length. Let's do 111. Let's have a listen. Mute our Casio. Yeah, he's off. I like that. That first kick is on the money, but these other two kicks. Okay, we're gonna move this second one over. I think that's the one with the herky-jerkiness in it. We're gonna just slide this second one over a little bit. Yeah, it's weird when you go into it when it's looped. Sometimes I undo the loop, so it's easier to, but you can just zoom in. So you gotta, yeah, drag from the gray on top. It's much smoother. Yeah, you'll get the hang of it. It's kind of quirky, but you'll get it. Takes time. We're just gonna do one, and we're gonna drag the velocity down a little bit. You can you click it again. It's at 88. You can hear it. Boom, boom. So it's a little softer. It's starting a little later. Let's see what that gives us. And it does automatically affect all of the later instances in the loop, right? So yeah, we want to always drag from up here. If we drag from down here, it's herky-jerky. So yeah, we drag from up here, it's nice and smooth. The hand will display. Alright. Okay, it's when you look, it makes you feel like it's off because we're seeing it's out of a line with this green one, which is the Casio, right? So let's just get out of here. we want to stop looking at this for a moment. Let's give us a little space, and let's feel this with the image here. Yeah. Yeah, he's not right. I like it though, we just gotta get it right. So how about we just slide this over a little bit, because you see how these are a little bit to the right of the lines. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, let's see how these line up. Yeah, let's just Nah. Let's just try there. Okay, so you know what else is good to do is to line it up with another instrument. So let's zoom out. So we're just gonna drag our drum art kick drum up to the bass line. See how it's lining up. Of course it's lining up because it's, whoops, I don't want to do that. Just Control Z. You can also undo here. You can Control Z or undo as many times as you like. We're gonna don't grab it here. Grab it here, all the way on the left, and then we go off with her. So now she's between our arpeggio and our bass line. So we can see how everything's lining up. How does it line up? So maybe we can, yeah, you can see it's off a little bit here. Do you see that? So that could be the problem. So let's line it up. Oh yeah, we need to line it up. Yeah, we see it's a little off here. So because I just dragged it around a little bit, right? You can resize these. Yeah, so we can. Yeah, we need to. I can also, this one, we need more space. We can, we're not really using this up here anyways. So this, go to the eyeball, we'll turn our tempo off, turn the marker off. We don't need any of that. Okay, that's the eyeball. The eyeball is very helpful. The eye in the sky in the top right. So yeah, you can pull up anything or turn it off as you like. There are shortcut ways as well, right? Like that. But yeah, you can always come up to the eyeball. I don't like it sometimes with like everything closed out. It just makes me feel anxious. So I like to at least show the master and have a little bit of kind of blank space. Yeah, I like a little bit of blank space, and then I can see my master console and reverb there. That's nice to see. So alright, and then there's me. So let's line up, and you gotta really zoom in sometimes, because sometimes it'll be off by like a hair. It's like a little tick mark, but usually it's automatically lining up nicely, hopefully. Alright, so yeah, we're probably not gonna really, you know, in music you have syncopated things which are exactly lined up, and then you have off rhythm or polyrhythmic things that are, you know, different rhythms. And in reggae, polyrhythm happens a lot, and it's very nice. Maybe in a lot of modern pop and rock and indie rock, there's a lot of syncopation. Math rock, we have a lot of this kind of post-punk math rock with a lot of syncopation. Yeah, it's all good, but yeah, you just kind of fill it out for yourself. Do you want it to be syncopated or a little bit off, a little polyrhythmic? You know, It's as you need, when and where you need it. But I think as long as we're lining up with the bass drone, I'd like to try some other more melodic bass later, but I think we're gonna just leave it kinda, yeah, those first kicks are lining up. These middle ones, maybe we can try to line them up a little better with the arpeggio notes and see how that does. Let's just play this as it is. It just feels a little off, you know. I'm just gonna save this version. Control S. Let's give it a listen outside of the DAW actually, and just make sure before we put any more time in it. Yeah. Yeah. You can feel it, something is off, right? It's getting hung up. It interferes with getting carried away. We want to get carried away. We want to escape. So it's not allowing us to escape. So we will come in and we will try to line up these two kicks here, the herky-jerky kicks. We will try to line them up with the arpeggio notes. Let's just kind of eyeball it, which is kind of what you... Before I was able to... I don't know what happened, but I was able to edit the MIDI like on this screen before, but now I can no longer do that, and I'm not sure how or why that happened. You can right click sometimes. Yeah, I'm not sure why, but you just gotta kind of go with the flow sometimes, I find, you know. So let's just come in here and we're just gonna move these two, or you can shift select. Why isn't it changing color? Move this cursor. Oh, that's weird. It isn't. Oh, you gotta be on the original, that's why. You gotta be on the original notes. You can see how the color is different. It's gotta be the original. Yeah, it makes the sound. Shift select and just see if that lines up a little better. Ah, where'd you go? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a little bit of work right now, but we'll just keep going. We gotta nudge it over a little more. All the way over. All the way over. A little bit more. See what happens. It's, yeah. Breeze. Yeah, it's a little better. So this one is just a little bit. This one is a little more. Okay. We'll go ahead and zoom in a lot this time. This one is a little, this one is a lot. Wow, now it's letting me, so that one's right. This one, we need a little bit more. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways to do this. So find the way that works for your workflow, right? But yeah. Just, yeah. Whew, still got a ways to go. I think I zoomed in too much that time. And I have another idea if this doesn't work out. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it doesn't work. Where is that so the Casio is coming in. I'm tempted to also just record the Casio again and just do it myself. That's another option. But you can see actually the kick is coming in after the first note of the arpeggio and a little after the hey, it's coming in. You have to come over here if you want to go down. Yeah, it's coming in a little late actually. So why don't we do that again? Yeah, I know we already tried that, but yeah, this is a little bit tedious, but it's got to be done. I have another idea also we can try, but let's just try to slide this over. Let's just see what that does, yeah. Alright. Alright. So that's not working out. And this is turning into a lot of work. Let's check our timer. How much time did we spend on this? That's already 30 minutes and we still don't have a kick bass. So I'm not I am not in a good mood right now. I'm not feeling good right now. This is a delay. This is delaying our progress and we don't want delays. Delays are the enemy in music production. We need to eliminate delays. So we can try, we'll just Control Z, Control Z. Now let me hear this again. Let's just hear it. We'll come in. It's the second and the third kick that are catching and messing everything up. So let's just select these two, right click, mute. You can see the shortcut Control Alt M, And yeah, that shortcut is very handy. Well, let's just see if the first kick works, right? It's always good to simplify. See, does the first kick work? Let's turn it up. Dum, 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 dum. So the first kick is alright, um, but I like it with that double kick in there because it feels like, you know, when you're driving down the road and you're like going over bridges and then like the little lines in the middle that separate the lanes. It's like doom, doom, doom. It's like things passing by, right? Doom, 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 doom. So I want to get that right. But here's another thing we can do. Let's go into the other drum beat we had. Let's just mute this. Let's take a break from this one. It's good to take breaks sometimes. And let's go to our other, because I have another idea with our power drums over here. You can't hear them because you got to come in and skip that. So let's just hear only no crash. How about with this? It's got a double. Yeah, I don't like the way that one is lining up. You know, there's like, you talk about the difference between like being on a downbeat or on a upbeat, right? So maybe that one's more on a down kind of beat, and I'm not feeling that. So let's go back. So that was my other idea. It's really not easy to do it yourself on the keyboard. It's really not easy at all. Maybe if you have like a certain kind of controller with a nice pad that really lets you do that, but maybe I just need a little more practice at that. But so far I can't do that like consistently enough for 3 or 4 minutes, which I like actually, because I like it when it has the human feel, when it's like a little bit off. Sometimes when it's a little bit off, it's more human. I like that. You actually have that function in some plugins, the humanize. I think there's actually a humanize somewhere here in Waveform also. In Sample Tank, with a lot of the drum beats, they do have that humanize, and I use it a lot. It's really nice when you're working with the drum beats. You can turn the velocity down, mellow it out a little bit, and then you can turn the humanize up a little bit, and it really makes the drum beats like really nice, really nice. I actually really enjoy using that. you can't use that on every, and the swing also. Of course, you have swing here in waveform, but it doesn't give you that for all of the beats or drum patterns in Sample Tank. But anyways, that's another option. But again, that's gonna eat into our time. Time is precious. Um, let's see if we can wrap this up. Get to a good stopping point here. There's the drum art. I didn't name this track. I was looking for the name. It hasn't been named yet because it's not good enough to be named yet. Alright, let's get it good enough and name it, please. Alright. Yeah, there's the LFO running. Alright. So what can we do? What can we do? Let's come in here. Let's not think too much. Let's do too much. Drag, zoom, zoom, unmute. So where exactly do we want it to be? Zoom in. So I can feel it. I can feel it. So I want this one to go this way, and I want this one to go this way. We could also like apply some groove, but I try to avoid doing that. You know, that's digital processing. I try to keep things as human as I can, as much as I can. So we've got a shift select and Control Alt M and have a listen. No, it's just this one. I think I want this to start a little bit. Actually, the first kick, I think I want to try it a little bit later. Actually, just a little bit. Let's try it. I still think it's too quick. Let's try one at a time, little by little. It's still too quick. Actually, that first kick, because that's gonna affect the double kick, right? Where this one starts. Okay, the first kick feels better, but now we've got to readjust the double kick, right? Because it's been altered. Let's just slide. Oops. That first kick still feels too jerky, doesn't it? Why not we just all three and just a little more, step by step. Keep trying. want to put it back on the line. And I'm just gonna try to maybe put the velocity down a little bit. And I'm gonna what if we let's just hear only the double. Control Alt, well, first you gotta right click, select all notes. No. No, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. It's just this one. Control Alt in. Alright, let's just hear that. Okay, I like the second one. I think the first one, oh, that's not the first instance. This one. Just keep trying. This is tedious, huh? Maybe I can pause. Maybe we'll stop here and I'll work this out on my time. I'll come back once I've got this. Let's do that. Okay, I've got the X out. When you're in that editor window, you can't do anything else. So we'll just we'll do that on my time. Let me get that right, and I'll be back. All right, I finally got it. So here we are, and I got a shower, and here's what it sounds like. think I want it even softer. I like it soft. That's nice right there. It's more musical when you turn it down and mellow it out, huh? So let's save that. So how did we finally get that driving kick drum? How did we do that, man? Very carefully, very carefully. Let me just show you. Oh, so we came in here, did all kinds of tweakage, tweak. So actually what I realized is, if you look in here, notice the first 3 kicks are like, well, I eventually moved this very first initial kick a little bit, just ever so slightly off the line. You see that, right? So it didn't feel so rushed anymore. And then notice these 2 kicks aren't exactly on the line, right? Whereas this one is also not exactly on the line. It's actually a little bit before the line, right? And you can count, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half, plus the little extra. So these are not exactly symmetrically matched, right? It's a little bit off because I started off with them exactly symmetrical and it didn't quite work out. Alright, so there's that tweakage, and then there's more tweakage. So let's make sure we're rolling. Man, every time I get going I get hungry. Alright, so we're rolling. So what we have here, we put the quantize on a half beat. Let me just show you. So yeah, you can go through and try all of these and find the one that, you know, lines your sounds up the best, and they really drastically change what's going on actually. So I decided on the half beat quantize at 6%, and then the groove is a half swing, at 3% only. Alright, and I had to write these down because I wanted to see if it's really that much difference. Let's listen with it on. Okay, now we're gonna turn the groove off. Alright, so we're on none. I don't know if you could tell, but I can. I can definitely tell it's better. It's definitely better with it on. And when you first turn the swing on, it's gonna automatically set it at 10%. So yeah, like you can try all the way 100%, 50%, and just try it. If just fiddle around, tweak it, tweak until you get it. Let's just try the quantize off and see what happens. $343. Alright, we're gonna put it back on half beat. Can you tell the difference? That's with it on, off. Can you tell the difference? I can definitely tell the difference. So we were at 343. That's right. There it is. Give me a little more. Alright, so I'm not gonna show you like what all these other amounts of beats do. You can just fiddle around and tweak it yourself, but they definitely do enable you to get the beats to work the way you want them to, because I find I don't want to always start every single song with a beat, right? So you're able to put the beat in later and like play with the quantize and the groove, and you see how a little goes a long way, right? You see that it's only 6% and 3%, but man, it's really nice. Alright, and I also tried like muting the initial kick, so it was just do 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 do, more like a heartbeat. But yeah, it really needs that initial do 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 do. So we've got that finally. That's nice. Now we can do something fun, just for fun. And since I've already got this set the way I like it, let's just try this. We're gonna just click here on the left, and then D, it's the shortcut for duplicate. We mute this. Now we're gonna have some fun, right? We're gonna try some different sounds. Alright, let's try. Alright, you can see it's way up, so just turn the level down a little. We'll start from the top with this Mars. Oh, I like that Masquerade. You can hear the rhythm fluctuates. It's a little bit like every now and then you'll feel it. It's a little bit herky jerky. It's a little bit off, but I actually kind of like that because it makes it, you know, In other words, on the other hand, if it was perfectly syncopated, you know, every bass kick drum hit was like perfectly syncopated, it would sound like too perfect, you know. And I actually like it a little imperfect for this, because it makes it like more exciting, more suspenseful. Yeah, more exciting and more suspenseful. But let's go through. I like this masquerade actually. We can A-B it with the loving. Let's see. And I'm not going to spend much time tweaking anymore because we've already done like an hour tweaking just only this bass kick. So let's just have a little fun here and see if we can find a sound that's better. And it's just fun and it's just freaking cool. And our drum art is being, you know, well behaved for us. So yeah, let's keep on kicking out this jam. Here we go. I like it. I think I like this one better. Masquerade. Alright, so I'm just gonna Control C, Control V, right click in, you know, disable. Alright, so we've got the masquerade and we're gonna try more, right? Do you see how the names of the sounds are very appropriately chosen? So missing this kick sounds hollow, right? It sounds like it's missing something. I kind of like it, but not as much as Masquerade. There's loving. Hey, sweetheart. Yes, sweetheart. I know you need attention. I know you need attention. I know you need attention. Money Master. Okay, that's very hip hop. I like the space. Lean back. We'll come back to space. Now I kind of like this one actually. That little thing at the tail. It's kind of cool. Alright, sweetheart. There you are. Free. Free from the spaceship. I kind of like that. Let's go back to space. What was that? Be right? Easy to remember, huh? That's nice. Nah. Nah, I don't think so. Yeah. Alright, so that's it. But let's keep having some fun because we did all that work, man, just on this kick. So let's turn this off as much as it pains me to. And let's try some in. Actually, let's not do it on this track because this track is golden. And in fact, I will just go ahead and delete this one because this one is golden. Alright, so we'll mute that one. And this one, you can see we're up in the 30s on our CPU usage, so yeah. I still want to come in with that other drum beat with the open cymbals. And I think we'll completely change into the other kick drum pattern. I don't think I want to. I was thinking maybe of keeping this one doom 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 through the whole song, and then I thought no, that'll probably get too monotonous. So we'll just go ahead and switch it up, and I think just completely go into that other drum pattern the way it is as much as possible, because I don't want to spend too much more time tweaking drum patterns, but we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. But let's just, and I've got quite a lot of drum machines which are fun and like really fun, but we're not gonna get into all those because we just want to efficiently, you know, finish this song. So we're on our way. Now let's just try here our other drum machine, which we haven't touched yet. Let's turn Pepto DR Doctor 84 on. And yeah, he sounds good, doesn't he? I like the way he sounds. It's got a very synth wavy sound. Let me just see what we got here. Kabasa. Hand drum. 2. So that's like a more complete drum machine, and you can tell the quality of the sounds are, you can't see my video, but nah, you can't. The quality of these sounds to my ears are, yeah, where they need to be. That's the Lin kit. Let's just go through here. Oh, that's nice, man. We can low pass. I think I like this better, actually. Reverb. Oh. That was cool. You've got pitch, pan, and trim. And you've got another volume slider here. So you can really get at it, right? This one's nice. Also free. This solo, hear what that reverb's doing. That reverb really changes it, huh? Pitch. We know what pan does. I'm just gonna keep everything in the middle. Trim. So it's more, yeah, more abrupt. More spaced out. Cool. So you can really get it to sit exactly how you want it to, huh? Ah, the green matches. That's cool. pretty good. Nah, he's gotta be up. I completely lost the sound. It's okay. That's pretty good. I want to soften it. This way. Ah. Wow. That's pretty cool. I just want to hear that end. Alright. And let's check it with our other. Which one do you like better? I thought that one was it. I thought the drum art one, I thought this is it, man. But now, I like the Dr. 84. Wow. I'm glad we decided to have some fun, aren't you? Yes. Who says work can't be fun? It should be fun, shouldn't it? Makes the work better. I always try to smile when I'm recording also. But when I played it back, I was like, oh, you need to smile when you're laying that down, bro. Smile when you play it in, right? Smile when you lay down a track. Yeah, you should. Yeah, that's better. Man, that's cool. Thank you. It's good to take it slow a little. You gotta be patient, you know. I know we're in a hurry. Yes, we're limited with our time, but we still need to try to slow down just enough and be just patient enough. Man, there's all kinds of psychology and there's all kinds of theory and kind of balance at play. I mean, you can choose to overlook that stuff, but I don't. I think about it. I think about stuff like that. All right. So yeah, it's good to think about. All right. But I don't want to think too much because we need to be doing too much. Wow. That's cool though. Let's just see what the CPU usage comparison is. I'm just curious. 20, 30, 32, 33, 34. Alright, and then this one. So they're about the same. I still like that one actually. But this one is softer and rounder and just feels better. It could be because of the reverb. We could try some reverb on the drum art one. I usually don't put reverb on kick drums, but sometimes I do. You know, reverb can soften and mellow things out, in addition to, of course, reverberating. And sometimes it can just completely change the tone in unexpected ways, which is nice. It's always nice to try if you have time to do so. But yeah, I find to make quality music, it's best not to rush. As most things in life, it's usually never good to rush. Okay, enough of that. I gotta try more of that. That's just so much freaking fun. So let's dim this a little and let's, isn't that romantic? This, you've dropped me out. Tune in, turn on, and drop out. Oh, what was that? Oh, it did its thing there where it breaks off into a separate window. Yeah, it's a little glitchy sometimes when you. I think it's because of my mouse. This mouse has this kind of thing. When you first click it, it's kind of weird sometimes. Anyways, just roll with it, reset it. Man, I'm hungry. Just roll with it. And did I Control C? Control V. Yeah. No sweat. Reset. So yeah. This kind of, well, we can just maximize here and we'll disable. Alright, let's try something besides the lin. It can be confusing, so close the disabled one. Just double check, make sure Alright, let's have some fun. Let's go through. There's the Ober. I'm really glad that I'm doing this actually. I can see like how usable this drum machine actually is. It's really nice. It's really let's hear that. Yeah, he's nice. I just think of New Order. Don't you think of New Order? Or yeah, Joy Division. I definitely think of Joy Division and New Order. Yeah. Rock. Yeah. Okay, you get the idea. That's good stuff right there. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and delete that one and turn our original one back on. And I'm just gonna delete these two. Oh, I can just shortcut it, right? Yeah. Just delete and delete this one, because like I said in the past, I've had problems with those drum art, so just to be safe, just quick to delete them. So I gotta A/B that again. I really like how the Dr. 84 like blends in. Man, that's just what the doctor ordered, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Cool. Alright. One more time, yeah? Don't walk away in silence. Don't walk away. Okay. Yeah. That's cool though. Alright, so got that. I'm gonna save this. I don't care, man. I'll just keep saving it as new versions. You never know when it's gonna, if it'll glitch or if something weird might happen. You might have problems with plugin, like a new plugin might totally like hijack your entire project. So just, yeah, it's just a good practice. It's a best practice, actually. So yeah, if we have a problem with 14, it may not even load. You may you may just be spinning and it won't even load. I've experienced that. It was with a previous version, but yeah, you've got 13, you've got 12. Yeah, no sweat. So, but yeah, you gotta save the versions or you're out of luck, man. You know, we don't want to be out of luck. We want to always be in luck. All right. So that's version 14, and it sounds great, and it matches what we're going for. And how are we on time? Are we golden? We're right at 44. I gotta eat, and then we'll do something new on this wonderful synthwave track. Song. Joint. Whatever.